English bread เนื้อเนียนนุ่มเด้งว้าวอร่อยเต็มคำ delicious
ใหม่ Farmhouse English Bread ความสุขสดใหม่ที่มีให้กันมาตลอด
อร่อยถูกใจเรา Farmhouse Hello everybody. Wait, let me see. Hello everybody. Oh my god, my voice. Hello everybody. It's me again, Kinari Hoku at your service as always. Yahoo! Oh my god, my voice. What should I do? I think it's because wait. I forgot my controller. Okay, I forgot my controller. Okay, it's here. I do believe that my voice is like this because it's not awake yet. I just ate actually. So yeah, my TV is back to normal. Actually, right after a technician came to my room and he was like, imagine a technician come to your room and he was like, okay, let me see what is happening here. And then your TV, which acted up before, turned to normal just because the technician is watching it. This is bull. I am so not cool. I had to cancel one and only Twitch stream last time just because it was with me and it didn't like me. It was so bad. Okay, so we're back to Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. We're gonna do the last episode together. I don't think that this will be the last episode for a stream because it looks like it's gonna be a very, very long stream. So, because there are, if I recall correctly, there are 2 crimes happening at the same time. Oh no, there are 3 actually. 2 homicides and 1 arson. So, hello! I forgot where we were last time. I'm so sorry. We are in the embassy of Babal and Ancestor? Is that the name? I forgot. So there are arson, there are homicides, and we just got both of the suspects out of the question. So we help them. We help both the kid that is with us. What's her name again? I totally forgot. Okay, wait. So yeah, we're gonna do this today. Okay, let's continue. I'm so sorry I had to cancel the last stream because my stupid TV acted up. I've left the Demox 2 investigation to Francisca and returned to Babal. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babal's statue. Mr. Edgeworth! Oh, it's K Faraday. Okay. Mr. Edgeworth! So, K, what's the situation? Oh, it's great. Investigating is so much fun. In other words, have made absolutely no progress. Well, we weren't goofing off, honest, sir. We've been investigating our hearts out. Very well, then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation? Oh, we've had a really fun time, sir. I knew it. 0 progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe, yes, sir. You have permission to enter the Alabastian Embassy, is that correct? Good morning! Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome. As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigations on both sides, sir. Good, in that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. They belong to the lady under the Pink Princess's marks. The Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir? The kind that was also playing the role of Pink Badger yesterday. Ah! Oh, you understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give it back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere. He doesn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Evidence that it lost their value given to Detective Gumshoe. Ooh, that is convenient. Okay. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. What? Are you really going to throw that autograph away? Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. Steel Samurai's autograph scrunched up into a ball and disposed of? Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Nice! Okay, that is so cool. So we know what to not use? Because otherwise we'll use everything, you know? Good morning! Good morning! Hey, you're not going back to Alabas yesterday. What the heck is happening with my reading today? Hey, you're not going back to Alabas already, are you? No, not yet. I still need to gather a bit more information first. What? What do you mean? What? It would appear that the stage is also scheduled to be renovated. You know, I would love to perform on a stage like this. Something like the Greatest Great Thief Show. I should think it would be a bad idea for a thief to show the face of the world. There's a sign here warning passers-by to take precautions around this renovation site. They're really going all out, huh? There's construction going on everywhere. I believe Ambassador Polino said it was to attract more tourists and visitors. But what could they do with the new stuff they're building? Hey, what do you think they should do, Mr. Edgeworth? How about transforming it into a courthouse? Hey, be serious. But I was being serious. Ooh, I love this BGM. Miss Edgeworth, you look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective. Well, I don't have much else that I enjoy as much as a good investigation, sir. So, what did you find out? Oh, well, ha 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 ha. I take it has found nothing of any particular use as usual. Oh, well. Wait. What? Wait. I'm just trying to recharge my camera here. Okay. Hey, Miss Edgeworth, I got something really interesting from Ambassador Polino. Oh, and what is this something interesting? This, sir. Wow, that's so pretty. I'm so jealous. There's a real treasure here. Why does a flame burn green, Detective? So apparently, if you burn the special wit crystal oil they only make in Babal, it burns its green color, sir. Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. I suppose this is a ploy to force people to visit Babal to shoot the oil run out. Hey Gummy, what about these silhouettes? They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so it'll project the images. Oh? Silhouettes, huh? They're rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I was supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation. Hey, what's wrong, sir? There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much? You got it, sir. Hey, that's not fair. Why is coming in to do all the fun stuff? Well, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner. I can't believe you took advantage of this confusion and stole my role as an assistant. I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. Ooh, okay. One of the... I guess it is one of the Oh. Okay. This bush looks like the perfect place to hide some sort of treasure, you know? But there's no treasure inside those things. Too bad, but we do have a lot of treasures back in Babal. Sounds great, I'll be sure to pay you guys a visit sometime for a 5-finger discount. Sure, we welcome you anytime. Are you sure you really want to invite a thief into your country with open arms? So you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with these, you can eat whatever you'd like. These are discount tickets for a cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I appreciate the concern. However, these coupons do nothing for me right now. This open-air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract that extra bit of attention to Babal. I heard that tonight over in Alabastian Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me that I really should give a speech too. Mr. Koshin told you that? Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of the fire the Yatagarasu started? Exactly. Ooh, okay. Primitive statue. Ambassador Boleno, I'd like to ask you a little more about the primitive statues. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that Alabasta and Babal used to be the one country called Cordopia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the primitive statue belonged to the founder of Cordopia. At least that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed. Oh, what the heck is this? Let me see. Bequeathed. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Bequeath.
Ooh, okay, it is bequeath. Leave, okay. Nice. It was bequeathed unto the king of Cordopia as a symbol of country's wealth. So it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty. And the right to rule, I take it? Yes, that's right. Which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. But if Alabaz and Babal were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? I have no reason to believe so. The primitive statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy. I wonder if Ambassador Poleno knows about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. Okay. Ambassador Boleno, if you could please take a look at this for me. The primitive statue sitting in Alabaz right now actually belongs to Babal. So it would appear. I received a call from Miss Fonkama about this earlier. Then you understand why I wish to inspect Babal's primitive statue immediately. Because the statue currently in your country's possession. Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself, and it is definitely Alabaz statue. I know because it's a real statue. Then you're saying that Babal's was a replica? I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babal, and I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight. To say that we could not determine which statue was a real one. Why are you telling me this? Well, because you already figured it out. A statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babal were to lose face, the reunification of countries is what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary. the real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? That we haven't talked about the last part. Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabas? Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened. Wait a minute. We have the third option, right? We haven't talked about that. What do you mean? Yeah, it's a very formal English word. Bequeath is to leave something for someone. That is very interesting, though. Oh, I see. So there's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country? That's the gist of it. Babal is just as strict as Alabast. In their inspection of the people and things that enter the country, meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries, that's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapons smuggling is a person who traversed both countries. You mean the fake Yatakarasu? In one way or another, the Yatakarasu is connected. Of this, I'm sure. Now then, where was the first Yatakarasu first spotted? I believe it was a rose garden on the Alabastian side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of the boundary. It's where Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight. At least that's where the Yatakarasu had appeared. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the rose garden post-haste. Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? My guess is that it's a guitar pick. It's a guitar pick. Oh my god. My English today. It's a guitar pick. I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it'll be of any use? There's a little water on it, but how did the water get on it? It doesn't look like there's anything that could get wet from around here. I was thinking, they have concerts here at this open-air stage from time to time, right? Alright, I'll find its owner later. Ooh, found it. Looks like a guitar pick. It's also wet for some reason. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this? What is this? It's misused perfume. It's a bottle that woman left behind and I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day it would be of some use in tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time. Thank you. I'd be honored to hold on to it for you. Okay, nice. Okay, that's good. Because I don't think we finished it. Yep. Ambassador Polito, there's just one thing that I'd like to ask you about. Yes? Oh, and don't worry, you can ask me more than just one thing. How about 2 or 3? In exchange, I expect you to be coming to Babao, yes? Thank you, but just the one thing, that's all I require. Manny Koshin, I'd like to ask you about this man. Who was your secretary? Sure, tell you what I know. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well, if I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. If there were ever anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that a man like that had a hand in the smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose because he was an able man, I wasn't able to detect his dirty dealings. Hello! Is this the last turnabout? Yes, it is, but it's not gonna be the last stream. I can feel it. Because it will take a lot of time to finish it. There are 2 homicides and 1 arson going on over here. It sounds like Mr. Koshin had a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny had been really busy. Since I became the Babalese representative at the Country Unification Council, he's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council? Oh, well, you see, tonight's events proceeded without a hitch. Our 2 countries were to reunify and become one again. Oh, but I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon. Good. Ooh, Pan! Welcome, good morning! morning, good morning. Wait, let's see. Can I do that from my phone? Yes! Yes! Wait, can I do it here? Can I do the... Wait, can I do the thing? Let me see. No, I can't. Never mind. I don't know how to do this, but I shouted out, right? I'm so bad at this. Gosh. But Fan, thank you so much for coming. Everybody, please say hi to Fan as well. I suppose not. Okay, so they were about to reunify, but then somebody killed somebody. Oh! Well, that's good. Oh, okay. They're having a real time of it cleaning up after the fire. So this one is Babal? I suppose you should stay out. I should stay out here and investigate that stage somewhere. Have you eaten? Don't forget to eat anything, okay? How is the investigation going in Babylon's Secretariat's office, Kay? Well, even though we found new treasures, they've all been pretty much burned to a crisp. A treasure is a terrible thing to waste. Anyways, anything else I should know about? Oh, that's right. You know what I found in that office? A wooden bear carving. It's so cute. Can I have it, huh? Can I? No, of course you can't. By the sound of things, it appears that there has been no progress in the investigation. Okay, that is very, very useless in a way. Just looking at these scaffolds makes me want to climb them. I recommend that you do not try. There was a fire burning here until not too long ago. Yeah, but I think enough time has passed, so it should be alright. Thief Child says, if there is a height to be scaled, then scale it you must. Starting from the Thief Child, would you care to explain what you just said? Okay. I just feel like I'm about to sneeze, but I'm not sneezing. What can they do with the new stuff they're building? Hey, what do you think they should do, Mr. Edgeworth? How about transforming it into a courthouse? Oh, okay. But he's serious though. Okay, it's the same thing that we read. Okay. National flag of Babal. Oh, so this one is Babal? I forgot. I thought it was alabaster. Okay. Butterfly symbol makes Babal just seem so cute. It goes along perfectly with Ambassador. That reminds me, would you rather always have hiccups or always almost about to sneeze but don't? Oh. Always sneeze but don't. I would hate to get hiccups all the time. Alabas left Babal right. Okay. I'll take that note. And what about the flower Alabast? Well, by the look of Ambassador Alba, it almost seems like the poor flower needs to be watered. I suppose an ambassador is the face of a country, but Kay is being too literal about it. The Babalese embassy is just outside this window. It appears the renovations are going well. Hey, see Ambassador Polino up there? He's carrying wood planks for the renovation himself. Very commendable. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's carrying 4 of them? Wow! He may not look it, but I guess Ambassador Polino has got some real muscles. Perhaps a bit of physical strength is required to be the ambassador of a country. These flowers were sent by Global Studios. Global Studios? That's where the film of Steel Samurai television show. They have been producing hit after hit recently, so the studio is being remodeled. Oh, I read about it in papers the other day. That mascot of theirs is also getting a facelift too, right? What's its name? You mean Mrs. Monkey? Yeah, I thought it was something like that. You really have a great memory. Huh, never underestimate my powers of recollection. I think we have... I can see the courtyard and the Alabastian embassy through this window. It's a really stately and pretty embassy, isn't it? Especially the chimney, just so that it makes me want to use it to sneak my way in. Kind of like how Santa does it. Hey, are you alright? What's wrong, Miss Edgeworth? I'm beginning to think that you may have what it takes to become a royal troublemaker. Konnichiwa! Welcome, welcome! Konnichiwa! Thank you for coming, everybody! Thank you, thank you! Those are some nice flowers. I wonder who they are from. Gatewater Imperial Hotel? Where's this, Mr. Edgeworth? It's an ultra-luxurious hotel that sponsors the Steel Samurai series. I've been there once to investigate a case. Oh, so what kind of case was it? I believe it was related to the Nickel Samurai and the Jammin Ninja. Oh, I remember reading about that. You must be the head of Steel Samurai Affairs down at the prosecutor's office, huh? I should think that even you can figure that such an office does not exist, Kay. Okay. We saw the show just beyond these doors, but it's been quite a number of hours now. Miss Edgeworth, have ever told you that you talk like an old fogey? I was merely reminiscing. Is that such a crime? Baby. Edgy boo. There is a flat panel of VCR and a row of Steel Samurai videos on his table. Aren't they worried that they leave the tapes out on the table like that? The Yatagarasu will make off with them? I honestly doubt the Yatagarasu would want to steal Steel Samurai videotapes. But that's where you're wrong. The fake Yatagarasu may not want to steal them. But you never know with the real Yatagarasu. Please stop buying the tapes with that look of want in your eyes, Kay. It's the national flag of Alabas and it features the country's flower crest. Comparing the knife to this crest, it's apparent the knife was extremely well crafted. Yeah, every detail of the flower is there on the knife handle's flower. In my professional opinion, this knife is worth quite a bit of money. Kay, that's a very valuable piece of evidence. I know that you're going to use this to find and steal the truth, right? I suppose you could put it that way. Now then, let's continue investigating. I think I'll be returning to investigation in Alabas now, but I know. I'll go back to Babal and do some more investigating there. Oh, wow! March 14th, 9:58 p.m. Rose Garden. I see you back, Miles Edgeworth. How are things in Babal? Although I can't really say I expect much from Scuffy and that girl. The investigation into Manny Koshin's death hasn't really progressed any. However, in the investigation into Yatagarasu has. Ah yes, the Yatagarasu. Even now I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between the two countries at will? Preposterous. Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where witnesses claim to have seen the Yatagarasu. That's correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight here in Alabas. And that's when the Yatagarasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared. And and just as suddenly it vanished. It's green though. It's green. So it should come from the lamb? After that, there was a fire at the Babalese embassy that the Yatagarasu started. I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. Okay. I need water. I didn't really drink any water at all yesterday because it was out all day with my dormie. Is it possible that the Yatagarasu hid in these bushes? Of course not. They're rose bushes. You've been spending too much time with Scruffy and that girl that's rubbing off on you. But it's alright, I'll wake you out of your stupor. Now, the next time you feel like sleep talking, remember that I'll whip you for real. All I tried to do was offer up a possibility, and this is what I get. A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring the water. It says that it is a statue of the queen who spoke of love to King Primitus. Primitus? Oh. Well, Mouse Edgeworth, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart. I opened my mouth about a statue and she somehow made a leap to that. There is an overturned spotlight here. When the Yatagarasu appeared, the audience that was waiting for the speech to start panicked. I suppose that when someone must have knocked it over. I'm having a tough time visualizing the mass confusion that took place here. I thought to use my whip to capture the Yatagarasu. However, there were people in my way and I was unable to land even a single lash. I suppose this means that some other poor saps were hit instead. There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance. It's not just for aesthetics. This pool's water is also used in putting out fires. I see. Oh! The pool stopped filling itself automatically. The fountain sprouts are set to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. If this water is used to put out fires, I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level, which suggests that this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. I guess I'll take some notes about it just in case. Okay, part of the rose garden pool auto refills the water when the water level is too low. Okay, nice. Hello, welcome! How dare you surprise me like that? I'm so sorry. Oh hey, Edgy, thanks for what you did back there. Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment. I know that! Do you really think that I'm the type to just jump into a pool and swim around for fun? Alright then, did you by chance fall into the pool? Nice guess, but no dice. So you know my son, right, Edgy? Your son? I guess I kinda lost sight of him when I shook hands with Ambassador. And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him. You imbecile, how can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? And how old is this child of yours anyway? Huh? How old is he again?
Hold it!
Larry. This is the first I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother? The mother? Oh, that chick, the pink princess. The pink princess?
Hold it!
Miss Von Karma? I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe that what he's looking for is a doll of the Iron Infant. Yup, because I'm the Steel Samurai through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son. You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase as astounding fool. Larry, we have not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. But rest assured that we should find him. We'll let you know. Now, get out of here. Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there. Oh my god. Hey, wait! Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. And though he's related to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble. How did he breathe though? Does that mean there's a hole inside? Yes. Tonight, in this very rose garden, the Alabastrian ambassador Quercus Alba was to give a commemorative speech. A very key commemorative speech at that. And including Agent Lang, the security detail is very tight. But as if to mop out efforts, the Yatagarasu appears. Then, just like that, the thief vanishes and starts a fire at the Babalese embassy. Interesting. And are you sure it was the Yatagarasu who appeared here? Of course. But to have slipped by such tight security and then disappear into thin air, we'll need to conduct a very thorough investigation of this area. Yes, my thoughts exactly. In order to find out the truth behind what had happened here, I should start by gathering as much information as I can. Okay. Okay, we found Larry. Have we investigated this spotlight thing? We can't? Apparently we can't do that. Huh. This statue bears a resemblance to a primitive statue. The plaque says King Primitus and the battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Primitus put his life on the line and went to war. So Primitus was actually a person of royal blood. I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend. Well, what surprises me is that a real person who looked like a steel samurai existed. I suppose that's that too. Wait, okay. Okay. There are some beautiful roses here. They appear to be well maintained. You're being too nice, Miles Edgeworth. The arrangement is devoid of any design sense. Roses only truly shine when they are grouped by color, one color per location. They lose their beauty when they're mixed together like this. I can't tell if she is being sarcastic or not. On second thought, there's a rather serious look on her face. I'd better leave it be. They should really rethink the proper balance of these roses. Of all the people to comment on the proper balance of things. Before we talk to Agent Lang, we're gonna investigate everything first. I suppose Ambassador Alba sat in this chair. Ambassador Alba is very elderly. The chair was prepared for him. Should he have gotten tired during his speech. In that case, why didn't he plan to make his speech sitting down in the first place? The ambassador is also quite prideful, that's why. He sounds like my old principal from grade school who would speak at assemblies. Okay. So this is where Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. The stage was set up nicely, however, where was the audience supposed to sit? Perhaps it was supposed to sit around the edge of the pool? That's such poor planning. If there was no place other than a spot or two by the pool, they really should have made seating arrangements like how the gallery is set up in court. Indeed, you can sense that consideration for the viewers was taken with those. So in the end, the speaker and his audience were to stand the whole time, huh? Yes, although I suspect the audience would have liked to sit down after a while. I think we've been through everything. Okay then. How is the investigation proceeding on your end? Lang Ju says, that's top secret. If you're going to attempt to imitate your superior, at least do it well. I don't suppose he believes in the accidental leakage of information. Have you finished checking out all the bystanders? But yes, sir. And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a light, sir. Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case. Sir, not a single thing, sir. Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct. Agent Lang? Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor, I should just like to thank you for your assistance earlier. Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did. After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba? We're to wrap up a bodyguard assignment at the end of today. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. Ha! As if it can be so easily called away from this case after I've come this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time, so naturally you witnessed when the Yartakarasu appeared, correct? Yeah, I saw the thief alright with my own 2 eyes. What? The Yartakarasu was always there lurking in the shadows, but when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appears. That's when cries of "It's the Yartakarasu" rang out. The next second, the spotlight went out, and by the time we got the area lit again, the deaf thief has vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoors electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. But one thing is for certain, the Yartakarasu was here. So you're saying that basically all you saw was a thief's silhouette? Yes.
Objection!
If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else. Huh, good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with the same shape, not among the staff or the audience members. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right. Someone else's shadow? That sounds like a possible hypothesis. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yartakarasu. I believe I figured out its true origin. I expected no less from my subordinate. Now, let's hear what you know on the subject. What really casts the shadow of Yartakarasu? Let's go!
Take that!
Francisca, if you could take a look at this, don't you find it to be a bit suspicious? Not at all. What? As I thought. For you see, I was merely testing you just now. What do you mean? Huh. I guess Francisca just couldn't understand my point. What really casts a shadow? What casts a shadow? Oh, I can do that. Is this one? Wait, let me think about it. If... Huh. Wait, let me see. So, what casts a shadow? Is it the light or the statue? Is it this one? I'm gonna try this one. Oh no. So is it statue? Wait. Is it the statue? Is it not the light?
Take that!
Okay, it is. Okay, what casts a shadow is a thing that is a shadow, is a source of the shadow itself, not the light. Okay, never mind. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Atakarasu. Is it not possible that it was created by this statue?
Objection!
Are you playing me for a full Miles Edgeworth? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of Yatakarasu. You're correct, however, this statue is but a part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? What is the other part to the real form of the Yatakarasu's shadow? Oh my god, is it the leaves?
Take that!
No? What do you mean? What do you mean? What is the other part to the real form? But it's not possible for this one. How? It's another statue? The Yatakarasu's shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues. Made? What do you mean by that? Right now the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they are moved when the guests were in a panic state. However, if we were to restore the light to where they were when the thief appeared, you believe that the two shadows will create the Yatakarasu's shadows? Precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatakarasu. First, if we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of a king primitus and the battlefield, the shadow of the king statue would appear on the backdrop of the... Oh, it's from both ways, I see. I see, okay. Likewise, if we set a light up on the queen who spoke of love to King Primitus, her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop to the stage. Ah, so we were to combine the two shadows. It looks nothing like the Yatakarasu's shadows. Miles Edgeworth, do you explain this grotesque shape? Calm down, Francisca. The way the light needs to be shown on the queen statue is wrong. What do you mean by that? I believe the whole of the king's shadow needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created a shadow, they use one part of her shadow. Only one part? Yes, and that one part alone is enough to fill the rest of the Yatakarasu's shadow. Why didn't you say that in the first place? You're right. I apologize. Now, what part of Yatakarasu's shadow would use... Oh my god, really? To complete the Yatakarasu's shadows? This?
Take that!
This is that part. And how exactly should we shine that light on this part to complete the shadow? Because I can't see how this would fit in at all. Yeah. Alright, perhaps I was wrong. Francisca is not here where it should be shining... Oh my god, everybody. What? Please forgive my transgression. Very well, just don't mess up again.
Take that!
Oh! Oh my god, I pressed the wrong button! Wait, I pressed the wrong button. Press the wrong button. No. I'm sad. I pressed the wrong button. So sad. Okay, what is it? What is it? The hand?
Take that!
Okay, think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now, what does that remind you of? Ah! That's right. It can only be the shadow of the queen's left hand. Francisca, can we please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the queen's left hand? Alright, let's give it a try and see what we get. Does it? Really? But it's so pointy though. How can it be? Is it even possible to do that? It's... yeah, it is exactly like the shadow I saw. The culprit must have changed your spotlight's positioning beforehand. And then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. Wait, let's see. Wait, I'm sorry guys, I have to order some food for myself. Wait. Let me order some food. Have you guys eaten? Don't forget to eat, okay? Eating is good. Eating is a good thing. Please don't forget to eat. Please don't forget to eat, okay? Let me see. Are you all ready? Okay. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also a part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Yatagarasu's shadow was vanished, which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. So you see, the Yatagarasu never did visit Alabasta tonight. The only country that thief visited was Babao, although it can be assumed that the Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Alabasta. An accomplice? But who? I haven't figured that out yet, but I assume it was a person who set out the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue yet to solving this case is the existence of this accomplice. Nice! How's the investigation going? Detective Bad, have you come to join us in investigating the Yatagarasu? I've left the murder in Asian Land's charge. And my only target from the very beginning is the Yatagarasu, so yes. So, what have you found out? I got a piece of evidence. May I see it? Sure, but you might regret it. We're here because we're ready to face whatever may come. So, if you please, that when people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. And one woman claimed, I'm telling you, I'm a genuine international journalist. She gave me an interesting picture. A journalist? Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. Oh, Lotta Hart. This is a photo I got from her. Oh. What in the world? The Yatagarasu is flying through the air. The times, they are changing. It's not just man, but evidence. Even they lie to us now. When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires on the 4th and the 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from. I see, so this was taken after the fire. It must be some, cloth or something like that. You think? I don't feel like this is good. I mean, I don't feel like... Yeah. Oh my god. I don't really feel like... It is Yatagarasu, you know what I mean? It must have been some piece of clothing or things like that. The blur in this picture took off from the Babalese embassy. Flew over the boundary and headed for the embassy of the Allies.
Objection!
Oh my god. It is simply not possible. People incapable of flight. Of course. What is it? Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well. 2, actually. Maybe it happens more often than we think. Another hand. It's near lunchtime, must be a piece of evidence. I know, right? It must be a piece of evidence. I'm sure it's not people flying. People can't fly. We are incapable of flight. Maybe it happens more often than we think. Am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph? Well, the attackers took off from the Babalese embassy, so I should start from there. Francisca, I need to return to the Babal investigation for a bit. Alright? Okay, let's talk. So the Yatagarasu was just a shadow. The calling card that was sent is what threw everyone off and made them assume things. It's possible that all the events tonight were part of the overall plan. I'm going to continue the investigating on the Alabastian side. You too, as I always say, don't do anything stupid, alright? I wonder if he's alright. Is it natural for him to be so nice? I think it's simply that he is concerned for our well-being, Francisca. I'll continue investigating on this side of the building. Alright, I'm counting on you. Well, I am not done. Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth. Now come on, let's get back to our investigation. Yes, Les. I'm not done. I see you're back. Well, let's continue with the investigation, shall we? Yes, Les. Okay, I think it should be the same thing. Okay. I'm sorry. For a second there, I thought it was playing it alone. Okay. So, I don't think we have anything to talk about. Anything to talk about, Agent Lang? Huh, what a farce. Turns out that what I thought was Yatagarasu's shadow was some statues instead. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. Everyone was in a panic. And here I thought you'd come over to throw some sarcastic remark in my face. Of course not. You and I were both one mind in pursuit of the truth. But are we really of one mind though? I'll be returning to Babal investigation now. I'll contact you if I find anything. You sure are as stubborn as a rock. Well, same as you then. Likewise. I'll continue investigating on this side of the building. Alright, I'm counting on you. Okay, let's go. Let's go. I really hate how he is like doing that me thing. March 14, 10:37 p.m. Babalese Embassy Secretariat's office. To think after all that running around, we're right back where we started. It would appear that way. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Have you found Manny's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Polino, but I've yet to find this killer. Then I guess his murder really was a work of the Yatagarasu. Let's get one thing straight. It was a work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who's only out to steal the truth. Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, alright? Mr. Polino? Actually, there's one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Oh sure, please feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Also, there are quite a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador. If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything. Thank you, Mr. Polino. You're a total gentleman. Ha ha ha, you don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss. Hey, Sir Polino! Those two sure got shunned me awfully quickly. You know, it's easy to say, we're going to investigate, but where should we begin? Let's see. Wait. We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. And then we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted. Yeah, when we came into this room, that person was already gone. But I'm willing to bet that the person I was chasing is Mr. Koshin's killer. We don't know that yet, however. It's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here. It signals that perhaps Miss Yu is also somehow involved. I knew it! That woman is almost definitely Mr. Koshin's killer. Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved here. Speaking of the Yatagarasu and mysteries, I received a most mysterious photo from the detective Bad. Uncle Bad? He is taking part in the investigation too? Yes, he has been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years. Uncle Bad. Now then, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire. What? This kind of looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. How is it a person in a long coat? This is so funny though. Musical Saturday and go outside Sunday, that's really exhausted. Yeah, I'm so sorry. But I'm okay now, I'm okay. I'm very happy. I'm a very happy girl. Musical was a success, everybody loved it. And I went to step on some grass yesterday, the whole day. And today I'm going out again after this stream though. So yeah, it's hard, but it's fun. Does this mean that I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all? I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either. But this could be how the person escaped. Well, we'll need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off. Babalese Embassy Secretariat's office. Okay. So this is a real criminal statue. This is really valuable, right? That's what they say.
Hold it!
Okay, you're not seriously considering the theft of this statue, are you? No way, Miss Edgeworth. I wasn't thinking about anything like that. I was just calculating in my head how much a statue is worth. That sounds mighty suspicious to me. Is there really any place left we haven't checked out yet in the Babyliss embassy? Interpol was conducting its investigation when you were being held by Agent Sheena. Because of that, I was unable to examine the fireplace on the secretary's desk. True, and since he's here, we should talk with Ambassador Polino some more too. He looks so sad and lonely since Mr. Koshin died. Yes, he does, and you're correct. I have a few issues I still need to discuss with him. We should make the best of this opportunity. It's the shard remains of the fallen ceiling fan. Oh, I've seen a few of these before. They spin around and around and play music. I believe you're thinking of a musical marble for babies. Yes, that's it. But they're nothing alike. They're totally alike. They spin those babies right around like a record. I see. I guess I can see how you might think of that. A grandfather clock. This one resembles the one in the alabaster. Ah, that clock has been with us since back when we were still Cordopia. That is one big clock. Hey, does this one have a bird that pops out like a cuckoo clock? Haha, I'm sorry, but no. Oh, but I'm sure you'll love this chime. Really? It's going to be 11 soon, so maybe you'll get to hear it then. Is it that time already? And time sure flies when I'm involved in an investigation. Oh, it's not that late. The night's only just begun. Okay, it's not good for you to stay up late, you know. Yes, Gramps. Ambassador Polino, would you happen to know what these charred remains are of? I don't know, actually. But I don't think there was anything there that should have been flammable. And so it remains a mystery as to what was burned here. And so it remains a mystery. So what is it though? It looks like all the souvenirs suffered some damage from the fire. I just don't believe it. Murder on top of arson? What a disgrace to the name of the Yatagarasu. The fake Yatagarasu is guilty of much more than just theft, it seems. I know, because if it were me, my first priority would have been to look this bookshelf. You will steal ordinary souvenirs that you can buy virtually anywhere? You can't buy them anywhere. Each one is specific to a location and has its own value. And items that have memories attached to them are the most valuable of all. But could you really rob someone of their valuable memories just like that? I don't know. No, because even if I take the souvenir, I can't take the owner's memories. Wait, let me see. Wait. Okay, sorry, work calls. Can you stop calling me for some work or homework while I'm playing games? Gosh. Okay, let's see. We still don't know where the blade of the Babyliss knife went. Could it be that the killer walked away with it? The national symbol of a ball is drawn here. There's nothing specially strange about it. Is it just me or did the butterfly gain an antenna since we last saw it? What? Even if it did, could it really have any bearing on our case, Kay? It appears that Mr. Koshin's body has been taken in for an autopsy. The white outline is all that is left to tell the tale of this murder. This safe wasn't open at the time of the fire. You could tell because the inside wasn't burned, right? Yes, and thanks to the safe's fire resistance, the smuggling evidence was reserved. Aren't safes great? They always hold the wonderful promise of treasures within. Well, this one certainly did have a few inside. Wait. Okay. A fireplace, huh? So Babal's offices have them too. Two? There is a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabastian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. I still can't believe that we found that lady's undershirt in the fireplace. If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try creating new memories with this fireplace? You could climb inside and we can play hide and seek. And come out covered in soot? I think not. You really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth. Yep, because he is edgy. You can see the Alabastian embassy through this window. So, where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth? You can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. That's where the Dimas 2 was killed. What? You don't mean the Max Dimas 2? Oh, poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this. Even though a Dimas 2 was merely an imposter of the original. Okay. It appears that this area was heavily damaged by the fire. Yeah, I guess we should hurry up and get started examining everything. Okay. That looks like a very comfortable chair. Well, it doesn't look at all that broken, so why don't you try sitting on it? No, I better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times. Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at crime scenes. That's because I'm a prosecutor and it's a part of my job to examine things. And my job is to be a great thief, which is exactly why you are not allowed to touch anything. So I guess embassy phones are just like normal phones, huh? Well, what did you imagine them to look like? I thought that Babal's would look like a flower and the receiver would be a butterfly. That way it would look like the butterfly receiver was sucking nectar from the flower base. If any country had a flower phone, it would be Alabas, don't you think? Oh, then maybe the phone I envisioned would have been from when they were Codopia? There's really no point in asking me about something that never existed in the first place. You know what you lack, Mr. Edgeworth? Curiosity and imagination. It would appear this Dax also fell victim to the fire, but it doesn't look too damaged. Oh, I think we can riffle through this drawer a bit. I suppose we really should take a look. Work is calling you. Yes, work is calling me. But it's okay. I'm good. Playing games is my work too. It seems that the contents of this drawer survived the fire rather well. Now that's a sturdy desk. I guess that's a value of solid wood construction. Let's see if there's something useful left in it, Mr. Edgeworth. This is a rather unusual shape for a notepad. I suppose it must have been another souvenir from somewhere. Okay. There is a bottle of Babyliss ink on Mr. Koshin's desk, and it looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside. The seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up the ink. Hey, Mr. Polano, it looks like your precious Babyliss ink is alright after all. What? That's odd.
Hold it!
Ambassador, what do you mean by that? Well, it's just that there is something strange about the ink. Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? Oh! Oh! Mimi, thank you so much for 6 months! Hooray! Thank you for 6 months. I love you. Thank you, and good morning! It's almost afternoon. Please don't forget to eat something. It looks like a bunch of flyers with coupons attached to them. Baba sure gives away a lot of different coupons. Maybe I should create one of my own. I could call it the Great Thief Coupon. And what kind of discount would that net you? The 5-finger kind, what else? And I'd steal an extra thing or two for the bearer. Things such as the truth. What else would I steal? What I wouldn't give to have a mountain of your coupons right about now. There's only one book left standing here, The Treasures of the World. Wait, what? Let me see that. I see. The most important part was blackened by the fire. Why? Cruel fate. Why? It looks like the map of where the treasures are located has been burned. Manny Koshin. His name is written here on this nameplate. Why would you put a nameplate with your name on it in your own office? I suppose it's to inform people in case they walked into the wrong room by mistake. Do you think maybe it's also there to remind you of your own name and you forget? Well, either way, it's never a bad thing to set a nameplate on one's desk. Let's see. Is it all? I mean, the drawer is so suspicious though. They let us open the drawer and there's nothing left to examine. Ambassador Polano, what exactly used to be here? That used to be a stack of brand new pamphlets. But it looks like they were all burnt up. I guess, well, we'll just have to reprint them. But no matter how fast we reprint them, they always disappear so quickly. Is the Babyliss tourism industry really that hot right now? Of course! Although recently the most popular vacation destination has been the Republic of Borginia. But we refuse to lose to them, so we have been hard at work promoting Babal. Interesting. Well, I've just recently returned from a trip from Virginia myself. Oh, and how'd you like it? It was alright. I probably shouldn't bring up the fact that I was a suspect on the flight home. Okay. Now then, Ambassador, I would like to ask about your movements before the fire broke out. Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about? Which one? There was more than one tonight? Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here at the Babyliss Embassy tonight. What? What a bother all of that was. Wait, but the only fire we know about is the one after the Jammin Ninja show. Well, the first occurred at the start of a jamming ninja show. Luckily, only the 4th and the 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theater goers, we decided to keep it internal. Then the fire after the jamming ninja show was the second one of the night. Exactly. What? What the heck? What do you mean? So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't the detective pad make reference to the first fire? When were these photos taken? Apparently right after the fire on the 4th and the 5th floors were put... On the 4th and the 5th floor were put out. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. What? Photo, okay. So then, what was the extent of the damage on the second fire? The second fire was contained to this floor, the 3rd floor. I think it was left over embers from the fire on the floors above that caused it. That's, how should I put this? A very bad stroke of luck. My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here, and Manny himself, all gone in the blink of an eye. Oh my god! There were 2 murders! Yeah, there were 2 arsons and 2 homicides. What the frick is this? When are we gonna finish this EP? This is taking forever. I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Polino. Oops! Look at me going on and on now then. What was it that you wanted to ask again? We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were. And if you happen to know what Mr. Koshin's actions and whereabouts were as well. Yes, very well, let's see. I've been quite busy all day from morning until now. First I woke up and then I brushed my teeth. After that I had a roll for breakfast. Fascinating. How about if you just skip to the relevant parts for me? Oh, you'd like a condensed version? Alright, I can do that for you. So, what is Mr. Koshin and you do this morning? Well, originally we were supposed to meet and shake hands with a Jammin Ninja. But Manny and I wanted to turn into a photo op, so we were here tidying up in his office. You helped clean Mr. Koshin's office? Why were you not cleaning on your own? Oh, I think I forgot to mention this. My office is currently undergoing renovations. Oh. Which is why both the Primina statue and the Babyliss knife set are down here. I see. Oh, but the tidying didn't take much, really. We just burned some files we no longer needed and expired coupons in the fireplace. I bet cleaning up the fireplace must have been a real pain though, huh? About that. I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. Ha ha ha, I guess I'm up a creek without Manny here to get angry at me.
Hold it!
An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger? Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Why, even just this morning he got mad at me. I spilled some Babyliss ink onto the back wall when I was burning the files, you see. And he got mad at me saying that I should treat the ink with more respect. Talk about the boss getting bossed around. Oh, spilled Babyliss ink onto back wall while burning files in fireplace left ashes there. That's about it for what we did this morning, just some cleaning. Don't tell me you had no other work to do, being an ambassador and all. Now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Koshin did this afternoon. Well, Manny and I went down together to the Theatrum Neutralis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone. So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show. A little while later, after I had straightened myself up a little bit, I returned to the theater because I was to take part in a photo op on stage at the end of the show. There was a commemorative photo op at the end. It was a fantastic photo of the 3 of us, Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with a Jammin Ninja. He seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador. When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as far as my legs could carry me. But during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out. So you didn't see Mr. Koshin again after the start of a Seal Samurai show? Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in an eternal sleep. I see. Ambassador Polino, I thank you very much for your help. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. If there's anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright? I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Koshin's bottle of ink. I just thought of it right now, but during the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him, and when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. But when I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames. The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all. The fire was green? What was the cause? Well, wheat crystal oil burns green when it's lit, as you can see by this lantern. And Babali's ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green. You know, I too had thought it was Manny's ink that had caught on fire. So that's why I was surprised to find out there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk. The case of the perplexing green flames. Talk about a mystery. What exactly was it that caught on fire in here? Everything this morning happened exactly as I said it did in my statement. Manny and I wanted to do a photo shoot with the Jam Ninja, so we tidied its office. That's about it. I can't think of anything else of interest. If this guy is to be believed, an ambassador's job consists only of wasting time. Okay. Onto the wall. There's no logic. Oh. I'm not sure. I don't think it fits. Yep. It's okay. I just want to try it. I didn't think it fits. It's fine. Okay. We can't go out, so I think we have to present something. When lit, the oil in the ink burns a bright yellow-green. It makes for a great science experiment there. Give it a try with this. Yes, well, I understand your enthusiasm, but the amount you gave me earlier is enough. I see. That's too bad. In that case, why don't you have a few more of these coupons? I've got plenty. Have plenty of those too. Where is he conjuring these from? What should we... The fire must have... Huh. Oh, we can deduce. Huh. You like me in this form? Ha! I like myself in this form too. Hello, welcome! Welcome everybody. I can deduce this, but I don't know. I think it's an ink, probably. It would appear this piece of evidence is related. So to what exactly? Alright, so perhaps it wasn't related after all. Oh wait, don't tell me! Is it something that thieves can't see? Why don't we say that that's it and move on? I was just joking, you know, Miss Edgeworth. It's just my way of saying that when you make a mistake, you should just admit to it. It appears that she noticed after all. No. This one is unopened? It's not open yet. So, as if it's not open yet... I suppose he was the type to use the ink in both a legal and an illegal capacity. I do think it's an ink, but I don't know. Burns green?
Eureka!
No? Wait, what piece it is similar to orange paper we have? Yeah, I feel like this one is suspicious too. Oh.
Eureka!
The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found. Hey, you're right! What is it? It looks like something straight out Monument Valley. Yes, that notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. We've been collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see. Yes, I do. You do seem to be quite passionate about it. Oh, would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you. Are you sure that... Wow! Hello! Welcome! Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy your stay. Are you sure they haven't been burned to crisp by the fires? Ambassador Polino, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note. This looks like Manny's handwriting. He has a very neat handwriting for a guy, for a grown guy. I see, in that case. Ooh, did you figure something out? This note was found in Alabas. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Demas II. Demas II? Then this note... Yes, it was a request from Mr. Koshin for the Demas II to steal the primitive statue. What? Manny tried to steal the Alabas primitive statue? We would know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Koshin? Yes, I can gather a few and give them to you. I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run an analysis. I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this. Do you have any idea to why he would have requested the theft of the statue? There's one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation. Anything you can tell me would be of great help, Ambassador. Okay. I believe that you said that you might have an idea as to why Mr. Koshin hired Demas II. Actually, I fear it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue was the real one as a part of today's event. But because the attacker assumed the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it? I'm actually relieved the rest of the event had been cancelled. For you see, Babao's statue, well, it's just a replica. And did Mr. Koshin know about the Babao's criminal statue? Of course he knew. That's why he was the only person I could consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority. Yes, I understand. Well, when I told Manny my concerns, he said, let me handle it, it'll be alright. I'll find a way to make sure you are the ambassador of the reunited Codopia. At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized it was serious. Mr. Koshin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Codopian ambassador. But why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was or will be. I don't have an answer yet as to why he was trying so hard. But I suspect he has an ulterior motive in mind beyond just simple kindness. Oh, here you are, Miss Edgeworth! Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information that I requested? Yep, got it all right here, sir. Here you go, Kay. Feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all. What is all this, Gummy? It's all the information in this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. Now we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire. Good work, Detective. Ah, it was nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk. Wow, you two reminds me so much of Father and Uncle Bad. What do you mean? As prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. Well, don't you worry, I'm going to find my own wonderful partner someday. And when I do, I'm going to become a good Ratagarasu just like my father, right?
Hold it!
Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, okay? However, I can say that it is truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust. Hee hee, you bet! So what now, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor. Yes? That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon? Oh, you mean Little Thief? Hey, you are coming to rely on it, aren't you?
Hold it!
I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered and the ambassador's testimony. I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire. You got it! Alright, here we go! Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares shake wing. One alone remains all seen. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. I love this. Oh. It seems there are other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible that we might find the escape route the person Kay saw use as well. Recreation time, yes. Ooh, what is it? Is it some sort of light show I was not told about? Is it the power of true vigilante? It's recreating a room with the info I inputted. Really? That is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Faraday. I believe it's about time we return to our investigation. It looks like all the souvenirs suffered some damage from the fire. I don't believe it. Murdered on top of arson? What a disgrace to the name of the Yatagarasu. The fake Yatagarasu is guilty of much more than just theft, it seems. I know, because if it were me, my first priority would have been to loot this bookshelf. You steal ordinary souvenirs that you can buy virtually anywhere? You can't buy them anywhere. Each one is specific to a location and has its own value. And items that have memories attached to them are the most valuable of all. But could you really rob someone of their valuable memories just like that? No, because even if I take the souvenir, I can't take the owner's memories. These must have been the large green flames Ambassador Polino saw. The flames like these, it's no wonder he couldn't get in. Okay, by the time you came to this room, had the fire already been put out? Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time. Then this fire here only burned from the time the fire started on the third floor until the Yatagarasu appeared and caused a stir in Babal, I suppose. I guess Mr. Polino was just lucky enough to run into the fire as it was burning up. Yes, you could put it that way, and since you were the first to discover the body, we can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course. I knew it! That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Koshin's killer. That is very likely to be the case. After all, that person came into this room before you. And must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here. Okay, then maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in. But then, what did the person set on fire? What did the person set on fire to make the green flames? Hello! Welcome, welcome! Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy your stay. Please enjoy your stay. Well, whatever it is that person burnt, it made a rather sizable fire. And since the fire is green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean. Yes, and I do believe that what you're thinking is exactly why these flames are green. Which fire-related piece of evidence burns the same color as these green flames?
Take that!
This silhouette lantern, its green flame, comes from the wood crystal oil is burning. Yeah, that's the fire it was singing of too. I love the green it gives off. I think we have now established the green flames were caused by wood crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there is only one other thing. There is only one other thing made from wood crystal oil. Oh? You mean that thing Mr. Polino was mistaken about, right? Yes, precisely. As we found out earlier in our investigation. What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir? Fine, I suppose I will explain it in a way that even you can understand. This is a thing made from which crystal was mistaken about. Okay, it's ink.
Take that!
Bubbly's ink is made from whisk crystal oil. Oh, so it should burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right? Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Bubbly's ink. Because we found the name Mr. Koshin used on this desk, right? Yes, however, we know that Mr. Koshin was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he made using that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to give birth to the green flames. Oh yeah, I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Miss Edgeworth. Hey, it would appear that I finally found it. The smuggling ring's real goal. Made of Bubbly's ink, this is a source of the green flames. Is it the... Should it be this one? The testimony? Made of Bubbly's ink? The source of the green flames? I thought it was with the pamphlets, but I don't have it here. Oh, this is Mouse and Mouse too. Should it be the testimony though? Yum, yum, yum. Maybe destroy some smuggling evidence. Yeah, probably. What should we do? Made of Babyliss ink. Let me see. What he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames.
Take that!
No. It's a pamphlets. What is made of? Made of Babyliss ink. Both countries. Okay, there is your la la la. Offer coupons? Huh. Oh, I know. Manny made fake bills, isn't he? Oh, yeah! Right! I totally forgot. Made with Babyliss ink. Yeah. They're in... Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about the bills. What would consume... What would consume the grade of a volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills as the smuggling ring made. I totally forgot about the counterfeit bills. Totally forgot about it. And are circulated in Jungfa. You're kidding! You're saying that it was Mr. Goshen who made the counterfeit bills? I am. I believe you could even go so far as to say that he stole Babao's printing press. Ambassador Mr. Koshin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct? Why, yes. Yeah, it has a lot to remember. I totally forgot about it. Why, yes, and I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed. Ambassador, because of your secretary's crimes, you need to be investigated as well. Oh, yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we? It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Koshin and concealed his crime. For they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence. Okay, all burnt up in Babao. This grandfather clock, it was apparently in a different position before the fire. According to staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir. Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire. Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock now, but I don't hear any chiming. Huh, that's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot of every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damages internal mechanisms or something? Ambassador Valeno, may we take a look inside that clock? Sure, go right on ahead. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the inside of the clock. Yes, sir, I'm on it. Mr. Edwards, I found this inside, sir. It looks like a length of wire, so this is what caused the clock to stop chiming. But what was a long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place? Huh. Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock? It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Paleno that put the wire in there. Then perhaps it was Mr. Koshin's killer who did. It looks like one of the Babyliss knives was already missing before the fire began. So it would seem, especially since the other two knives handles were burnt away, the remaining handle was swapped out with a handle from the real murder weapon. And Babao's national treasure was stolen. Poor Babao, don't you think? I'm not sure I would lump the replica statue in with the rest of Babao's woes. The national symbol of Babao is drawn here. There's nothing especially strange about it. Is it just me, or did the butterfly again and attend? Okay. So, Babao is really into pushing the tourism industry. Huh. Yes, it would appear that way. You know, I'd really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't we take one after this case? Do you already have a destination in mind? Well, ideally I'd like to go someplace where I can continue my thief training. Well, if you want to learn the fine art of stealth, perhaps you should visit a studio where they make the Jama Ninja TV show. Hey, that's actually a really great idea, Miss Edgeworth. I can't believe she took me seriously. This safe wasn't open at the time of the fire. You could tell because the inside wasn't burned, right? Yes, and thanks to this safe fire resistance, the smuggling evidence was preserved. On safes great, they always hold the wonderful promise of treasures within. Well, this one certainly did have a few inside. Okay, nice. People, it's already 12 here. Don't forget to eat, okay? Please don't forget to eat. Don't forget. A fireplace, huh? So Babao's offices have them too. Two? There is a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabastian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. I still can't believe that we found that undershirt in the fireplace. Okay, it's still the same. Ooh. You could see the Alabastian embassy through this window. So where were you when you... Oh, this is the same too. It's not going anywhere. I'll go buy lunch, I'll be back. Okay, sure. Have a great lunch, everybody. This is the same thing. Would this be the same too? Comfortable share? Yeah, it's the same thing too. Same conversation. It appears that the desk is largely unchanged from before the fires. Yeah, it just got a little burnt, that's all. It's a very fine desk. I'm sure that even now it's still usable. If it's great, why don't you trade your desk with it? No. It was just a suggestion. You didn't have to get a monosyllabic on me, you know? So by this time, the criminal statues had already been swapped, right? There must have been, as this one is covered in soot. What lousy timing. And just as the two countries were about to become friends again too. It would have been better if I had stolen it than for it to caught up in the fire. Okay, I think I understand your sentiment. However, if you were to engage in theft, I can't look the other way, right? If you could please stop stealing my lines. Okay, so... Ready for a review on how to use Little Thief? Okay, here we go. Objects outlined in yellow are things that are not present in our time but were in the past. Things outlined in dotted lines are things that exist now but didn't in the past. I see. You can examine and interact with replicated people and objects as you normally do. You can even present evidence whenever you find an inconsistency. Oh, and be sure to point out mistakes in the recreation with evidence too. I think I remember now. Thank you for the refresher, of course, Kay. If there is anything you don't get about Little Thief, feel free to ask anytime, okay? Looks like it was quite the fire, huh? Yeah, it appears that the flames spread fairly quickly to some of the other rooms as well. Yeah, but thanks to Gummy's info, I was able to recreate this room. Plus, the burnt stuff is still lying around, so you can check those as well. Welcome everybody! Oh my god, there are 15 viewers. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Please feel free to be here. Please feel free. And I hope you are having fun here with me. The state of this room before and after the fire. I can probably obtain some new information by comparing the differences. Yes, that's what I'll do. And I'll use any new information to complete my logic. Okay. Hi. Hello, Vimaki. Thank you so much for coming. Detective, you took part in the initial Babal investigation, correct? Yep, sure did. I also helped put out both fires, sir. But that first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First, I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had the same idea because it was in use. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I would have been burned to a crisp. Wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that in the case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator. Oh? Maybe someone wrote it in a fit of panic? Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Babalese embassy at all? I didn't personally. And the other staff members told me they never got a good look at the person either, sir. I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective? The second fire broke out around the time the Yatagarasu was spotted in the Alabast. That's also when a suspicious person was spotted in Babal, which caused some panic.
Hold it!
So no one was able to get a good look at this Yatagarasu that entered Babal? Yeah, all they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. But that's not enough to make a positive ID, you know. Still, it was enough to make the people who received the calling card panic even more. A person in a long coat. Sounds like the exact same person I saw. The Yatagarasu that appeared in Alabast was proven to be just a fabrication, a shadow. In light of that fact, the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babao is also suspect. You can't be serious. Not when we're this close to capturing the fake, Callisto U. So the Yatagarasu appeared, caused mass confusion, killed Mr. Koshin, then disappeared. By the way, Detective, why did you not chase after the Yatagarasu? I did, but well, this embassy is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members I was with, and I was lost for a while.
Hold it!
You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective? Hey, I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir. But you know, it was thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kay's rescue. Oh, is that a fact? Yeah, it was when I was lost and wandering around in the 3rd floor hallway, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed towards it right away. Oh, that's probably from when I found Mr. Koshin's body. Yeah, I thought it sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could. And it was thanks to Gummy that Miss Gina wasn't able to take me away. He covered for me until you got here, Miss Edgeworth. Oh, I see. So we can be useful once in a blue moon. Still, it's too bad that Agent Sheena got here before I did. I wonder where Agent Sheena was before you found her here. Well, just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out from the room next door. Agent Sheena mentioned something about chasing the Yatagarasu herself earlier. Well, she apparently helped in putting out the first fire. Then during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yatagarasu. She seems to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her. Well, why are you pointing at me when you're saying that, sir? We have examined everything in this office, but there's one thing that bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Ambassador Poleno about it. Ambassador Poleno, there's something I'd like to ask you about. Yes? About this office, it appears to me to be very similar to Ambassador Alba's office. For example, location of fireplace and the position of the grandfather's clock. Ah, that's right. You've also paid a visit to Alabastian's side of the embassy. Our two embassies actually used to be one. Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that. Which is why the building is bilaterally symmetrical. Ah, okay. So no matter which room, the location of a fireplace and the like are exactly the same. Even where the art is located is the same, as my room is currently under renovation. We worked hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office. You mean for your handshake photo op with the Jama Ninja? Yes, that's right. I mean, that's a photo... What's a photo like that worth if it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right? Yet another odd expression of a Bao's obsessively competitive spirit with Alabas, I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots. Connect the dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. Okay. Anything else? Should I be deducing something? Oh, okay. Connected fireplace. Maybe that's why. Oh no, it's in the next door, not the next embassy. Gosh, I'm like so bad at this. Okay. Connected fireplace, renovations. Oh wait. Ambassador Alba's office fireplace is connected to the neighboring room's fireplace. Because it used to be one embassy, offices of the two sides are symmetrical. She was in the room next to Mr. Koshin's office. But it's renovating, right? What? Oh no! I'm gonna die! Wait. I think we have to do something about the logic thing. She was in the room next to Mr. Koshin's office. I don't know, man. checked everything though. What's that up there? Can I check it? What should I do? Bilateral symmetry? Used to be one embassy offices on the two sides of symmetrical. I don't know. Do you know what it is? Let me eat something. I want to try this. A lot of my friends give me some, you know, snacks from abroad. I don't even know why. I don't even know what it is. I don't want to die here. Okay. Have I tried this one before? Okay, I haven't. The Alabastion and the Babyliss sides of the building are symmetrical to each other. As we know that to be a fact, then this room fireplace may also hide a secret passageway. A secret passageway? In Alabas, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall. A revolving wall? It sounds like something out of a ninja house. Wow, there was a trick like that built into a fireplace, sir? What? This embassy holds that kind of secret? There seems to be a lot about this room you don't know about, Ambassador. I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Mandy do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Mandy and what you know about this room. What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this. Agreed. And my first thought is that it's likely the killer used a revolving fireplace. It looks like just another fireplace though, doesn't it? So, how do you turn it again? In Alabas, I had to push where the X was on the far wall of the fireplace. Oh, I see an X back there, sir. Let's see what happens when I push it.
Hold it!
Ah, you scared me, sir! There is something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts. Huh? But we found an X where you thought there'd be one, right? We did, but that's not what I was referring to. Something is missing from the scene. What does this contradiction mean to us? Okay. If we push this X mark, the fireplace wall should turn. A revolving fireplace wall. That's neat, sir. We should hurry up and... Wait, Detective, there's something we need to examine about this first. Besides which, there is something I'd like to test. Like what, sir? I'll tell you later, Detective. For now, let's continue with the investigation. All I see inside this fireplace is starter wood. That's odd. It doesn't match up with what Mr. Perleno said earlier. What is the meaning of this contradiction? Yeah, he said he was burning something. But these woods are fresh. Ambassador Polygon, you said that you burned some old files in this fireplace today, correct? Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually. And after you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct? That's right, but why are you asking? And why are you making such a scary face? I'm sorry, I admit I'm a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case, take a good look at this fireplace and tell me that what you find out about it. Let's see. Huh? Where did all the ashes go? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't really think that Ambassador Polygon is lying to you? No, there's no reason for him to lie. And I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It is the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Okay, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me. You got it! I'll add in the ashes from the burn files in. Sounds like we've pretty much figured everything out now, huh? Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads led us. Oh, with sense it coming on, you're about to dazzle us again, right? Oh, you mean that? Well, it's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know? There's really no need for you to dance around the name of what I'm about to do. I already checked this area, okay. The ashes Ambassador Polygon left here have disappeared. If we follow where the piece of information leads, we should begin to see the truth. It's time to use your secret weapon, right? Yeah, go on, sir. Use a special skill. I will ignore your strange phrasing for now and focus on the information we have instead. Just a little further, I can sense the truth lying on just the other side of this. Okay, I think it's a logic time again. The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple. It's not because someone cleaned them up, right? No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Polygon said that he spilled some Babali's ink while he was burning the files. And yet, there's not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere. Well then, I don't know what happened. Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides were switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighboring room. Which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used. Whoa. Then you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through here? Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Koshin's killer. And after committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace. Wow, Miss Edgeworth, you figured out the killer's escape route. I have, but this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down. Oh my god, really? Sheena? If the killer used the fireplace in this room to escape to the next, then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who was in the neighboring room. Well, the person that was in the next room was... Oh! It was that person, sir! Yes, Detective Agent Sheena. Oh my god, is that full? No! I'm gonna die. I'm totally gonna die. I'm totally gonna die! Why is it not full this time? It's looking more and more like Miss Sheena is the killer, isn't it? Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. Vivi, hello! Welcome! She came running straight into this room from the next one and instantly accused you. Furthermore, she claimed that it could only have been you that killed Mr. Koshin. I don't have any proof yet, however, I know she is hiding something from us. Okay then, why don't we go ask Miss Sheena herself? No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first. Detective Gumshoe? Sir, is it my turn to do something, Miss Edgeworth? Yes, I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis on the Mass 2's notes. Okay, I'll get the lab boys on that right away. Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall. Right now, sir! No, next decade. Of course, now! We need to test your hypothesis first, don't we? Edgy! I'm back, how's the case? We've just suspected Sheena, Agent Sheena. Just watching your stream while working. Had your lunch yet? Not yet. I'm gonna go after the stream. I think I'm gonna go for another half an hour or so, and then I'll go now. Go on, Gummy, you can do it! Alright, I'm gonna do this like a real man. Here we go, through the fireplace and back. You shouldn't need to psych yourself out like that much for such a simple task, Detective. Wow, the wall inside the fireplace really did turn. It's so neat. Now I want to try going through there too. There really is a secret passageway through there. I had no idea. It would appear that the ash really was pushed into the other room. Furthermore, the Batley's ink to spill the master is there on the back wall. Okay, here I go, sir. Detective, I'd like to go through there under the same condition as the killer. Huh? But there's all that ash and stuff. And your point is? Now, we're short on time, so if you could please hurry on through. Nah, yes, sir. So now we pretty much have the whole picture, right? No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve. Yeah, I'm actually... I mean, if Agent Sheena actually escaped through there, she must have had ashes all over the place, you know? Such as Yatagara's whereabouts and the other smuggling rings members, the two weapons that made it across the border, the key Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Miss Yu is related to these embassies. Don't tell me Agent Sheena is Miss Yu. Mr. Edgeworth. A number of pieces connected in a very complicated way in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted. What are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said that it's easy if you follow the leads? Was that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay? If it's info gathering you need, Gummy and I can help with that. Then all you have to do is to show off your fancy schmancy logical deductions. Show off? Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that? Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay? Mr. Edgeworth? We've been so focused like a laser on only what seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us. Okay? That's the sort of thing I say to myself when I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know? That is something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect for your sake. Ha ha! Yay! It looks like you're back to your straight-laced self again. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! I'm back, sir! Yeah, I can see that. Good work, detective. Looks like you can use the fireplace like a door, sir. Are you alright, Gummy? I'm okay. It's just a bit of ash and dust, that's all. Your jacket has gotten quite filthy. I see hem has practically turned black. Yeah, well, quite a bit of unburned ink got on it, sir. I see. Thank you, detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat. What? Oh, no, sir. I could never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it was a coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it cleaned, but you know. I see. Very well then, as you wish. So because Gummy was able to climb through the fireplace, we know it can be used, right? Yes, but that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact. And that is... We'll have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with our handwriting analysis, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir! I'll be back before you know it! The handwriting analysis on Mr. Koshin's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let us go and wait in the Theatrum Neutralis, along with Agent Lang and Agent Sheena. To be continued. Yes! We are at the next. Okay. Nice. March 14th, 11:33 p.m. Theatrum Neutralis lobby. Let's see. Asian Lang. Langju says, little cubs never do they know the real fury of the elder wolves. These quotes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean? It means that you never really know how angry I can get. Mr. Prosecutor, the counterfeit bills made with Babalis ink, they were all of Jungfa denominations. Yes, so I heard from Miss Von Kama, but we don't know where the play money has gone. They must not have figured out that it was all burned down. Ever since this thing showed up in calculation, my country's economy had taken a big hit. Jungfa is in financial chaos as we speak. Because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money. The citizens are also worried. I've staked the honor of the House of Lang on this, and have come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this whole mess. I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Jungfa. And I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer. Agent Lang, Don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Ambassador Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight. Oh, no. It is I who should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Kurgus, you fool! Curse your empty brain! Hey, you're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight, end of story. Sheena, let's go. Time to return to our deck. Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but to go home as well. Agent Lang? You Wolfman and Secretary Lady, hold it. Objection, pal. Detective Gumshoe, have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already? Yep, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Koshin, sir. Just as I thought. Good work, Detective. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how long do you intend to hold us up for? Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Sheena, I would like to ask you something if you don't mind. Yes? How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu when you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Koshin was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, what are you doing asking her about something she didn't see? Agent Lang hasn't touched the Babal investigation at all, so I suppose I'll need to explain a few things to him first. Miles Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours. The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. Oh? It sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well. I'll supervise you until the end. Is she seriously going to treat me as a subordinate all the rest of the day? You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you? I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you'll see. Ha! I should have known that you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end. It would appear that way. Well, I'll prove her innocence, so let's see what you've got, Miss Prosecutor Edgeworth. With pleasure. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Mabal, and establish exactly who it was at K-Saw. Agent Lang, I assumed you've been briefed on Kay's testimony. You mean the suspicious person in a coat that she saw? That's right. That person is the key to solving this case. The person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu. Pretended? And what do you mean by that? I'll get to that in a second, but first I want to review what Kay's mystery person did. Kay, if you could please explain for us what the person you were chasing did. Okay, you got it! I first spotted a suspicious person near the open air stage on the Babali side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase. For the sake of argument, let's call this suspicious person the Yatakarasu. Now, please tell us what happened when you chased the Yatakarasu up to the 3rd floor. Can do! I chased the Yatakarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Babali's embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatakarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatakarasu run into Mr. Kojin's office. I gave chase and ran to the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... Ah! Who's there? By the time I turned on the light, the Yatakarasu had disappeared. When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang? What do you mean, why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness. Objection! Sorry, but I know for a fact that the person didn't escape through that door. Oh? And how do you know that with such certainty? That's easy. If the Yatakarasu had left through the door, they would have run into this person.
Take that!
Oh, what? It's not right? Oh shit, it's Sheena! No! It's Sheena! I'm sorry! Because, oh my god. I'm a poo-poo. Okay, wait. It's Sheena, It's Sheena! Come on! Faster! I know, it's Sheena. It's Sheena! Your answer is Sheena? Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if Yatakarasu had used the door. When Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Koshin's body, the Yatakarasu would have run right into the Agent Sheena, who was in the next room over. Agent Sheena, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question? No, I didn't see anyone. You see? Therefore, the Yatakarasu should not have escaped through the doors. It just means that the creep slipped out before Sheena made it out to the hallway. I doubt that, as there was another person in the hallway, a certain detective. Detective Gumshoe, where were you exactly at that time? Me, sir? Well, when I heard Kay scream, I ran towards Mr. Koshin's office from the opposite direction of Agent Sheena, sir. So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route. Hello, welcome! Yarr! Way to go, Miss Edgeworth! You nailed them with just an explanation of what happened. Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well of yet another possible escape route that the Yatakarasu could have taken. Ha! I get it. So that's what you're trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was our viable escape route, then there must have been another way out. Precisely. Hey, Miss Edgeworth, it's time to bust out with our revolving fireplace wall explanation, right? No, not quite yet. Huh? But why? I thought this would be the perfect time. The revolving wall on the Babalese side is known only to 4 people. And if we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end. What's with all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics? Nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off. That smug, haughty attitude of yours. You really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that. Well, no matter. I figured you'd out already anyway. The only other possible escape route besides the door is a room's lone window. And since the eerie picture of said escape route exists, are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Yatagarasu's escape? I guess Detective Bad must have filled them in on this photo. I have to admit that at first I thought the window to be the possible escape route as well. However, I know now that to be impossible. Now, I realize you may not know this, but humans can't fly. Yuck! Of course I know that! That's bloody common sense! Besides, I never said I thought the photo to be of the Yatagarasu's escape route. I suppose not. Alright then, explain yourself. The shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu that Kei was chasing after. You can say whatever you'd like in whatever language you want, but there's only one language I really understand, the language of evidence. Very well then. I present to you the proof that the person Kei saw is not the same as the one in this photo. Oh my god. The proof that the person Kei saw is not the same as the one in this photo. The proof that the person Kei saw is not the same as the one in this photo. What should it be though? But he said proof that the person Kei saw is not the same as the one in this photo. Two fires broke out in Babal today. Huh. I think the same photo show the shadow came from the first fire, not the second fire. Yeah, it does, but I'm not sure if it's... Yeah, I was thinking about this too. Two fires broke out in Babal today.
Take that!
Yes! Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu Kei saw. Kei spotted a Yatagarasu heading for the third floor during the second fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the first fire. Grrr! Yeah, way to go! That's twice you've bit him in the butt now. We're not done yet. You still have to explain what that shadow is, and how the Yatagarasu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet. Huh, as I thought. However, the Yatagarasu escape route, now that I can answer. You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on, enlighten me.
Hold it!
Even if I explain it, you will try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You were busy hitting up the Alabastian investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you have much knowledge about the Babalese side of the case. So, wouldn't it be best if the lead on that side isn't Sheena explaining in my stead? Sheena is my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eye and call herself her boss? Lang, it's alright. I can take care of it. Sheena, you've shielded me a lot as my boss. but it's time for me to prove my worth. Oh my god, she smiles. Alright, if you're okay with it, then you have my support. Finally, it's down to just Agent Sheena and myself. This is where the battle really begins. Now then, what is it you'd like to ask? Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the Babalese embassy? Okay! Sheena's movements. During the first Babalese fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Babal. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Although it was in the next room, I wasn't able to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists. And that is all I have to say. But I'm not lying when I say I saw the suspicious person run into Mr. Koshin's office. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my testimony. Good. Just to confirm, did you have a partner when you were on your investigation? No, I moved alone. In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi, is that correct?
Not so fast.
Are you calling her suspicious because she was in a room by herself? How pathetic. And it wasn't when Agent Sheena tried to arrest Kay under the same rationale? Ha ha ha. And how about when you accused Larry because he was a weapons owner? Grr! Not that it's unexpected for that useless lump to get into such a situation. Although I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected. I will make no excuse for what I did in that situation. Then you should apologize right now for making Kay out to be the killer, pal. I'm sorry. Sheena, apologize. I'm sorry. It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I never doubted you, not for 1 second. And the same goes for me. I believe in Sheena. Then let's put that to the test and see if she is really worthy of your trust. Hey, this promises to be interesting. Okay, finally it's rebuttal time. Let's go.
Hold it!
So you helped with the fire extinguishing effort. I was in charge of the police on the Babalese side, so I helped them with their work. Police doing the job of firemen. You really know how to work people. She sure does. That's because she's one awesome woman who knows how to manage. I guess so. She's always bringing you a business card on a scroll at just the right time. To prepare everything before I'm ordered to. That is the definition of a secretary. She kind of seems more capable than Agent Lang, doesn't she? At the very least, she's certainly more capable than you, detective. Ouch! I kind of had a feeling you were going to say that. Sheena is more than just a capable secretary, you know. Sheena, tell them what other things you're good at. Alright? During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu. Oh, okay. By the second fire, you mean the one that consumed the third floor of Babal, correct? Yes, that was when the suspicious person was spotted in Babal. Then you were after the same person in a long coat that I was after. There's no proof that the suspicious person was really the Yatagarasu. Because no one was able to get a good look at the person's face. By the way, how was your team's investigation? In order to extinguish a fire, water was pumped into the third floor via the windows. So the majority of the investigators conducted their searches on other floors. Maybe they did, but there was one person who was wandering around lost on the third floor. When the fire was pretty much out, I moved to investigate the third floor. And you did that alone? Yes. While I was searching, I heard a scream from Kamala.
Hold it!
Okay. So you were in the room next to Mr. Koshin's office? Already told you I was earlier, as I was examining the neighboring room. I heard that girl's shrill scream. Upon hearing her, I immediately ran towards Mr. Koshin's office, wherein you proceeded to arrest her, as I recall. Yes, I did. But she was totally innocent, Paul. I thought we had already cleared that up. And I thought I had already apologized for my behavior. Now, if the tenacious detective would be so kind as to be quiet... Ark! I have to agree. Right now is not the time to take issue with that. Yeah, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. But what I do take issue with is the fact that you didn't see the Yatakarasu agent Sheena. The prosecutors of this country are all so strange.
Hold it!
You weren't able to catch even a glimpse despite being the next room? Despite being the next room, is that true? I really hate to repeat myself. I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. However, I simply wish to make sure that you are not remembering something. We wouldn't want to be accused of lying later on, would we? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Are you calling Sheena's testimony a lie? Agent Lang, I'm talking with Agent Sheena right now. So I appreciate it if you wouldn't interrupt us with superfluous comments. Superfluous? What the heck is that? Superfluous. Excessive. Superfluous. Wow. What a word. Oh, you know, I feel kind of bad for him. I understand his pain at watching one of his subordinates being accused. However, I cannot turn my eyes from the truth. Lang, I'm alright. And as for you, I think you should be focusing on your doubts on that girl rather than me. And why is that? To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girls Yatakarasu even exist.
Hold it!
Are you throwing Kei's words into doubts again? Well, she does claim to be the Yatakarasu, right? And she did try to chase down the Yatakarasu despite being just an average citizen. Actually, she came here with the goal of capturing the fake Yatakarasu. That's right, which is why I would never lie about anything related to the Yatakarasu. And I suppose you have proof of that somewhere? Not quite, but even without any, I have people who believe in me, and that's enough. I see. Kei's testimony is without flaw, but as for yours, well, let's just say I find your testimony to be a bit suspicious. There seems to be a very large flaw in her testimony. Oh, then why don't you show her using what we found out with Little Thief? I will in due time. The escape route of the Yatakarasu that Kei was in pursuit of. If it turns out that it really does lead right to Agent Sheena, then what is it that she's keeping from us right now? Okay! Yes, it's time. Being in the room next to Mr. Koshin's office is a problem with your testimony.
Not so fast!
Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what problems you're talking about at all. Agent Lang, do you recall the secret we discovered about the Alabastian's office fireplace? Nice, yes! How do you mean how it connects the office with the room next door? What about it? Well, Alabast isn't the only country with secret connecting fireplaces. What? The fireplace in Mr. Koshin's office holds the exact same secret. What? The Yatakarasu didn't escape through the door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room over. Now do you see? If the Yatagarasu had escaped into the next room, then the thief would have run straight into Agent Sheena. Meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yatagarasu. Well, what is the meaning of this, Miles? Well, would you care to explain, Agent Sheena? How you managed to completely miss the fleeing Yatagarasu, or shall I? Your claim that you were in the next room was a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one Kay saw in the coat. Pretending to be the Yatagarasu, and you were the one she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Koshin's office and headed for the fireplace. Then, you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Sheena. After that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now or forever hold your peace. How dare you make Kay look like the bad guy when you're a suspicious one, pal? Sheena? I knew it! It's Callisto you! I just knew it! That laugh. I just knew it! I thought so! That maybe Sheena is Callisto Yu's in disguise. I remember this irritating laugh. Brr, I'm getting chills down my spine. It can't be, but it has to be. Sheena? What's wrong with you? I'm sorry. It was so funny that I couldn't help but laugh. Funny, you say? Yes, that you would accuse me of being the Yatagarasu. The prosecutors of this country really are all so very strange. Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off? Do you think I'm taking things too lightly? I think not. It's that prosecutor who is. Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere speculation. The Yatagarasu fled through the fireplace? Do you have any proof to back up your claim? If you don't, then you haven't proven a thing regarding the Yatagarasu's escape route. The tone of voice you're talking with me now had certainly changed. That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose, and then we can have a real battle of wits. For an agent of Interpol to show me the true power of her mind, it is a great honor. Psh! Don't underestimate me. I'm not some foolish broad, you know. I know, and that is why I won't hold anything back either as I answer your question. My question? Here's your proof that the revolving fireplace wall in Babal was used recently.
Take that!
I'm sorry, but is this really your honest answer to my question? Yes. According to Ambassador Paleno's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Koshin. Oh? The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they shouldn't have been there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes weren't there. Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up.
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Paleno said that he forgot to. And so the question remains, why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Yatagarasu went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. The movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Koshin's office is my proof. Aha! Ha! She laughs so much. And just what is so funny? Ashes proof? Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court? You still wish to fight us? Of course, why wouldn't I? In that case, let's hear your counter-argument. Psh, my counter-argument, huh? This really is just like being in court. Well, to me, we're simply continuing from where we left off all these years ago. Psh, I have no idea what you're talking about. It doesn't matter if we're at the crime scene or in court. Let's finish this here and now. I suppose I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this a last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all. Okay? Sheena's rebuttal. In my eyes, all you prove is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used a fireplace now, can you? So then, who is it that used a rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we have already finished our very thorough investigation. And when we found out a single suspicious thing in Mr. Koshin's office. Phew, and there you have it, my counter argument. Yeah, that's very impressive. She has seen through the fact that I've yet to gather that one piece of evidence. But we haven't inspected the room next door, though. What is it, Kay? I haven't heard a peep out of you in quite a while now. If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of it to us. But Kay, pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yatagarasu name, are you not? If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off of it. This chase, you're running to catch the truth. You must see it through to the very end. Mr. Edgeworth, you're right. I'll see this through to the end. So, you go get her for me, Mr. Edgeworth. With pleasure. Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it? Sheena, please, show me you're someone I can trust. Don't worry, this will be the deciding match, you see. I'm truly sorry, Agent Lam, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Sheena. Phew, I'm ready whenever you are. Sheena's rebuttal, okay.
Hold it!
It sounds to me like you're saying my explanation is not good enough. But I was able to go through the revolving door myself. So that should be proof enough even for you, Fao. It looks like you don't quite understand. But by your looks, I can guess that you're not all that learned. Youch! Talking about rude, you should watch what you say, pal. Sadly, I can't say I disagree with her on that one. But you know what I mean, right? You may have proven that the fireplace was used.
Hold
it! So you want proof that the Yatagarasu was the one who used the fireplace? That's right. Well, do you have any? Can you prove that it wasn't the Yatagarasu who used the fireplace? I don't need to prove anything to you. Oh, objection!
Hold it!
Okay, if you could please not steal my line. Sorry, but I just couldn't hold it in anymore. Well, don't fret and leave her to me. All you have to do is sit back and watch. Aha! You may seem to have some wiggle room, but without any evidence, it's meaningless.
Hold it!
It's possible that the Yatagarasu left fingerprints inside the fireplace. Sorry, but I had the forensics team check that already. All they found were prints belonging to Ambassador Poleno and Mr. Koshin. Curses! I should have known better than to think the Yatagarasu would have been so careless. But there must be some sort of evidence that we still have yet to find. Aha! I take it you have no further objections?
Hold it!
So Interpol has finished examining the entire Babylonis embassy? Yes. The investigators who weren't allowed into Alabas were incredibly helpful. They all put in great efforts to search for any sign of the Yatagarasu.
Objection!
And yet, despite all that effort, it appears that they failed to notice a lack of ash in the police fireplace, in the office fireplace. Furthermore, you were the one who inspected the room next to Mr. Koshin's, correct? I didn't notice the ash there in the fireplace of that room, and for that, I am sorry. You don't need to apologize, Sheena. As your boss, your mistakes are my mistakes. So allow me to apologize for you. I'm sorry. You know, maybe this guy's not a bad guy after all. He apologizes for his subordinate and everything. What a great boss! Are you saying that I don't do anything for my own subordinates? Ah! No, nothing of the sort, sir. You're someone I really respect, sir, even if you are a bit too strict sometimes. That is only a problem on your end. Wow, way to be super hard on him in response. Am I really too strict on everyone? Anyway, Sheena, you didn't find anything in Mr. Koshin's office, right? That's right. We finished our investigation.
Hold it!
So you really didn't find anything? Yes, as I said, not one suspicious thing. Although, as you already know, we did find the Yatagarasu's key and the document detailing the smuggling operation. But we still haven't found the blade that belongs to the Babyliss knife's handle yet. You see? My subordinate worked hard to investigating everything. So there was nothing else to find, alright? Wow, Agent Lan really sticks up for his people. Luxia says all men are brothers and friends become family. So you see my people are my family and their families are my family too. That's a rather large family you have there. Yes, but we all know that there is one black sheep in any family. And though it pains me, Agent Lang, you will know the black sheep in your family. So, do you actually have any proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace passageway? No, I haven't found any yet. Then what are we going to do? There's no need to worry, because there's a loophole in this Interpol agent's argument we can exploit first. The one in charge of the Babyliss investigation was not Agent Lang, which means that with Agent Sheena in charge, it's possible she may have tampered with evidence. That piece of evidence that we found. If there is one thing I do know, it is that someone tried to hide this from us. The money? The money?
Objection!
Yes! Oh my god! I'm the best! You didn't find anything suspicious at all? I highly doubt that. But I didn't. You can even ask the other men. I don't need to, for I found what you should have a while ago. Excuse me? In Mr. Koshin's office, there were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills there. What in the... Ayah! That evidence was something you found out through that girl's machine, right? So what if it was? That's what I thought. But unfortunately for you, the recreation made by the machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills? No. You see? So there was nothing in that office, nothing you can call evidence, right? Speaking of things that you Interpol agents have missed, I did find one more. Your pompous attitude is unnecessary. All I require is evidence. Very well. I'll show her the hidden piece of evidence that her and her fellow Interpol agents missed. What the heck? This? Oh, this!
Take that!
I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire. And what exactly is it supposed to mean? A length of wire? So what about it? I'll tell you what. We found this in the Babyliss embassy not long ago. What? And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Koshin's office. You found that at the scene of Mr. Koshin's murder? So I think you agree now that I cannot trust you when you say that Interpol has thoroughly checked every room. And that this throws doubt on the purity of your investigation into the Yatagarasu. You still suspect me, I see. All right then. I ask that you point out what part of my investigation is incomplete. The other Interpol agents worked under the command of Agent Sheena, and it is not possible that the reason the person K was chasing chose the third floor was because the person knew there would be no other agents on that floor. Furthermore, We've come to see that Agent Sheena was only pretending to be investigating the Yatagarasu to the point of arresting Kay. In that case, there's one location that no one has yet to suspect. Your team's investigation was incomplete because they failed to suspect this location.
Take that!
That room. The location, Agent Sheena, is of course the room you claim to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Koshin's office warrants a thorough inspection. Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there. I'll be the one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out the room next to the office. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you really think that Miss Sheena is the Yatagarasu? Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is. Then I'm not going to let her get away with ruining the name of the Yatagarasu. But can you prove she's a Yatagarasu is a question. If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he'll find, that I should be able to. And just what are you hoping he'll find? Let's just say this. I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiments for me earlier. An experiment? As if the detective has brains for high science. It wasn't that mentally taxing. I had him use the same escape route as the Yatagarasu. And what did you find out by doing that? First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and Babbly's ink. Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway. But is it really worth so little? I believe that is actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I'm about to prove. Miss Edgeworth, I found some things you really need to see, sir. Oh, so what are these things that you found? Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir. You found a coat? You hear that, Miss Edgeworth? Maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing. Yes, the possibility does exist. Agent Sheena, were these pieces of evidence not in that room when you examined it? Shh. Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in that room. Ow. Thank you for bringing them to me. It saves me a trip. May I have them back now? These items the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them. They're my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without any permission.
Objection!
I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation. But if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Lang, let's hear your opinion on this. I say, let them look at your stuff, Sheena. Lang! Sheena, let's put it all out in the open. If you're really innocent, then you have nothing to worry about, right? I guess so. All right, go ahead and examine whatever you'd like. After all, I have nothing to hide. Good. Now let us begin. So, which of Agent Sheena's belongings are you going to examine, sir? Let's examine the coat. Yes, sir! It appears you managed to stain your coat rather badly. Agent Sheena? The Yatagarasu that Kay saw was wearing a coat, and I'm beginning to wonder if this stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace. No, you have it wrong. That suit probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire. And what about this dark substance around the hem of your coat? Oh, I didn't realize that the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just some water mixed with soot from when I was helping with the fire. I don't think so. You think you can get away with such a transparent lie? Yeah, don't lie to us, pal. Is this the same pattern of dirt that got to my coat when I went through the fireplace? Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know? So unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace, which I can't. What? How? You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe. Huh? But me, sir. What did I do? This coat. This is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I had been hoping to find the coat that the person Kay saw was wearing. And thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace would sully your coat. I don't get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir. All that remains is for us to show what the dark substance on the coat hem is. Oh, and you think you could do that? Of course I can. This is a dark substance that sullied the hem of the coat. The ink!
Take that!
But Balinese ink? Yes, this is what will prove that the code went through the fireplace. According to Ambassador Polano, he burned some files in a fireplace this morning. You told us about that already, so I don't really see the point in mentioning it again. My point is that he spilled some ink onto the back wall of the fireplace at the time. If the dark substance on his code turns out to be Balinese ink, it would prove that you and this code went through the revolving fireplace wall. Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Yatakarasu, but we are not finished yet. But you have no way of proving whether or not this is Balinese ink on the code hem. Oh, but I do, and I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds. How? How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. This is how I will prove that the dark substance on the code is Balinese ink. Burn the code. We can find out whether it is Balinese ink or not by lighting it on fire. That's how you're going to prove that it's Balinese ink? Yes, if you could please cut a section of the dark stained area for me, I would appreciate it. Because I'll show you here and now that what the dark substance is. Sheena, sorry to do this, but I'm going to have to cut a bit of your coat. Go ahead, I wasn't planning to wear it anymore anyway. Now then, if someone could loan me a lighter or something. Oh, I've got some matches. I always carry them with me so I can light smoke bombs. Then, if I could please have one, Kay, we can get the experiment underway. The flame! It's the same color as the flames wood crystal oil produces, which means Balinese ink is a product of wood crystal oil, and when lit, the ink produces a green flame. I believe the time has come to clip the Yatakarasu's other wings. Miss Sheena, you're the fake Yatakarasu, the one who killed my father. It's about time you come clean, Agent Sheena, or should I say, Callisto you? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, you're not serious, are you? Do I look like a joking type to you? Aha. Callisto you? I've never heard that name before in my life. That manner of speaking and that attitude, you haven't changed a bit in 7 years. You're the defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday and then tried to frame me for it. Oh, really? And you have proof? You insist that I'm this Callisto you woman, but you can't prove it. If you have no proof, then I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a single finger on it. The raven is a very unique bird. One that flies by the darkness of night. However, the light of dawn has arrived, and it will reveal your true ugly form to the world. Enough poetry. I want to see some evidence. Do you really have something that can prove that she is Callisto you? I do. It's something that the second Yatakarasu has preserved for us these last 7 years. Do me an honor, Mr. Edgeworth. I will, Kay, for we have finally come to an end. We'll prove her to be Callisto you with this and clip the Yatakarasu wings for good.
Take that!
No? What? What do you mean? I was too rushing. I'm sorry. Oh! I'm sorry.
Take that!
This perfume. This will prove you to be Callisto you. It will? Kay has preserved it perfectly for us. Surely you remember this bottle? This belonged to Miss Yu just before she disappeared 7 years ago. Naturally, this means that a few of her fingerprints are on here as well. This is that bottle of perfume you spilled, which I have preserved ever since. I heard from my father, Baron Faraday, that if stored under the right conditions, a fingerprint can be preserved for decades, which means that your fingerprints are still on there, every last one. We can clear everything up if we were to compare the prints on this to your own. Now, come, Agent Sheena, will you submit yourself to a fingerprint test? Aha. Hee ha ha. Ah! Oh my god. It It looks like you've seen right through me yet again. Aha! You're sending the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth. Callisto, you. So you've shown your true face at last. This feeling of thrill, it's even greater than that time 7 years ago. Sheena, you are... Lang, I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man. So you were a spy all along? A mole sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after. Someone who has been feeding them intel and info on this time. Aha, very good. Maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought. Callisto, you, the woman who killed my father 7 years ago. You're her, aren't you? The fake Yatagarasu. That's right, Callisto, you. That's just one of my many names. But even this is just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief Yatagarasu. Callisto, you, this time you won't escape, for this is the end of the road for you. Now, come along quietly. You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, Kay Faraday. And had you not used the Yatagarasu scotches, I might have never known who you were. But here you are, being a thorn in my side, just like your father always was. Kay, don't! You! I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father! Pshh, you really are just like him. Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such laughable honesty. Kay! Ah! You let Kay go with that right now, pal! You despicable! Let go of me, you filthy... Ah! You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Yatagarasu. But that's impossible. My father was the one who created a little thief. Ah ha ha, hey, Edgeworth. The Yatagarasu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is? Why it has 3 legs? There are 3 main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be 1 step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of a target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always know exactly how to disarm the security system. No, it can't be! Do you finally figure it out? Do you finally know the real identity of the Yatagarasu? The real identity of the Yatagarasu is... No one. The real identity of the Yatagarasu is neither Ben Faraday or Callisto Yu. But by the same token, they're also both the real Yatagarasu. Ha ha, how very perceptive of you. No way! The single person known as a great thief Yatagarasu never existed. Mr. Edgeworth, No! I refuse to believe this! The Yatagarasu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1. The Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. And the lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of client corporations. Skill number 2. The Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. And a good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal. And skill number 3. Oh my god, is it Detective Bad? The Yatagarasu doesn't have a single shred of evidence behind, ever. Oh my god, it is! Oh my god, it's giving me chills! This is actually giving me chills right now. I'm like goosebumps all over. Detective Bad! It was only natural for the Yatagarasu to never leave evidence behind, because the lead detective on the case hid it all away. You're the 3rd member of the Yatagarasu? You. I've been looking for you all for a long time, 7 long years, but I've finally got you. Ah, why, Mr. Bad? Long time no see. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team. If you were such a great team, then why did you kill my father 7 years ago? Ah, why indeed? It was nothing personal, really. It was just another person I had to kill. How can you say that? I grow wary of this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time I won't miss. Stop! You! Kay! It's over, Sheena. You're late! Oh my god! Oh my god, he's so good! Oh, Agent Lang! You idiot! What were you thinking? Jumping in front of my gun like that? What are you risking your life for? I'm sorry, Detective Bad. But no matter what sort of past she may have had, or even if she is a spy, it doesn't change the fact that she is my subordinate. Oh my god, he's so cool. He's so honest, he's so cute. As long as she is, I can't allow any harm to come to her. Not even from you. You really are an idiot, you know that? Ha, that's fine with me. You should know by now that this is just how I am. Hey sis. Yes? I want you to conduct a full body search. Sheena might have another weapon on her. Alright? Detective Gumshoe, your assistant, please. Sir! Hey, I found something. What is it, sir? It looks like the blade of a knife, but doesn't have a handle. This is a great find, Detective. Huh? It is, sir? Let's try pairing up the blade with this handle.
Take that!
I believe this blade actually belongs to the handle that was on the murder weapon. Hey, they fit together perfectly. This blade must have been taken from the crime scene when the knife handles were switched. I'm going to go return this Babyliss knives now. Alright, I trust that you make sure that it is returned to Ambassador Palladium. Babyliss knife handle given, okay. Nice. I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it. Callisto, you. For the only time the handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Koshin's murder. Ahaha! Which means that you must be Mr. Koshin's killer. You killed Mr. Koshin with a Balasian knife. Switched your handles and then took the original blade of the Babyliss knife with you. Later you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open air stage. You used the fireplace to lose her and then you went back to accuse her of the murder. Does that about sum it up?
Objection!
Aha, you craft an engaging tale, Edgeworth, but there are two problems with it. Problems? In what respect? What do you think my real reason was in allowing her to chase after me? Psh, it was also it could capture Kay Faraday. What? When I saw you using that device at Gate Waterland, I knew right away that you were Bran Faraday's daughter. Aha! I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out that you were on the trail of the Yatagarasu. So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Koshin's murder on me? Yes, I knew you would show up at this embassy tonight. So I thought to use you, but pinning the murder on you wasn't my only goal. You had another? Yes, once I had you under arrest, I had planned to search you and take back the device that rightfully belongs to me, the true Yatagarasu. You're going to take little thief away from me? 7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have. I had a tough time recovering that precious key. Then the person who stole the Yatagarasu's key was Mr. Faraday? You, that incident 7 years ago. What was the catalyst behind it? In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Yatagarasu was becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment. Then why? Why did you become a member of the Yatagarasu? Why? There's no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean? The person I take orders from hasn't changed, even now to this day. Does this mean that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Koshin? Then the real ringleader is still out there pulling the strings. Are you done? Are you done asking what you need to know? Because if so, we should probably get going. And you're going to tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand, Sheena? I guess I should tell you then that I was the one who set the Babyliss embassy on fire. And why'd you do that? Aha, I suppose it was to destroy all evidence of the counterfeit bills? That was what the smuggling ring was trying to do? But then, why start two fires? Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. It's your job to complete your investigation after all. I've had my fun, now it's your turn to enjoy the ride. Wait, Miss Sheena! Yes? When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell at my feet. What about them? They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, that I should return them to you. Haha, you can have them. They're of no use to me anymore. If you don't want them, you can just throw them away. No, I want to keep them. Aha, suit yourself. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot, Edgeworth. About the second problem I had with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight. What? I'm not saying that as a sore loser. I think of it as a hint, if you will. Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, Asian Land? Mark my words, I'm not done here and I'll be back. And it's got nothing to do with duty or anything because it has become my personal case. I may have been shot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be. His anger appears to have negated the sensation of pain in his injured leg. Aww. He can walk very slowly. It's finally over, Kay. I feel like I've peered into her heart a little, you know? And it's so cold and dark and incredibly lonely. The person who was giving her all these commands, the one who thought my father was a problem to be removed, that person is a real ringleader behind the smuggling ring. Mr. Edgeworth, I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on to these hair sticks for me? They're really pretty, just like the ones they were selling for the Jam Ninja show. But until this case is over, I don't think I can look at them without being overcome. I understand. I'll take good care of them for you. There's a bit of soil stuck on the end of these sticks. Oh. Oh, I guess it's that time already, huh? So it's midnight, the dawn of the day. Hey, Pops, thanks a bunch. You've really done a lot for everyone all these years. Detective Bad, don't tell me today is the day. Yeah, it is. With this, I can retire in peace. It was down to the wire, and we almost didn't make it. But we did it. We solved everything. But that's just it. We haven't solved everything yet. The ringleader of smuggling ring you, the Yatagarasu, we're chasing after. The legend of that Yatagarasu is now over. Mr. Edgeworth, that bit of logic earlier, it was brilliant. I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. I'm counting on you. Is it really true, Uncle Bad? Were you also a part of the Yatagarasu? As I said to you earlier, Kay, I'm truly sorry. I wanted nothing but a peaceful life for you. Uncle Bad. Hey, don't take it so seriously. It's all just one big joke, right? Unfortunately, it isn't. Oh, come on, sir. She's just yanking on my chain, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth? Detective Bad. Wait, no, you're no longer a detective. Mr. Bad, I'd like to ask you about the Yatagarasu. Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Here, I should give these back to you. These are the pages from my KG8 case files that the Yatagarasu stole from my office. Oh, wait, what? Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night. So, the Yatagarasu who stole into my room was you, was it? Wait, then that means what? Tell me it's not true. That's too insane for me to believe, sir. It's true, even if it's not something you want to hear. The KG8 incident, it was a very emotionally trying case. We stood in that courtroom, Faraday as a prosecutor, and I as the lead detective. Faraday had evidence in his possession that would prove the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. You was the elder sister of the victim in the case. When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great wail. That's when we realized that there was a limit to what the law could do. Oh no, yeah, it must have been very torturing for Callisto U as well. Because CCU was murdered and the murderer was found not guilty. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. That's how we formed the Yatagarasu and vowed to bring to light and any dirty dealings companies had with the ring. It's so cool. Look at the face. Including companies that dealt with the Amano group. Mr. Amano's conglomerate? We called ourselves the Yatagarasu and flexed our collective muscles. We exposed all sorts of shady dealings as a warning to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop the higher-ups from covering things up. And then, was finally time. We had finally arrived at the moment when we'd find out the ringleader's true identity. It was then that you literally stabbed us in the heart. And Faraday, he died for it. But why? Wasn't she the sister of the victim in the KG8 incident? After Faraday's death, I looked into her past. And that's when I found out that she was a phony. The victim of the KG8 incident, CCU, she never had a sister. Ah, what? Then that means Sheena wasn't the only fake name she used. Callisto Yu was also another pseudonym. From the very beginning, the woman was a spy sent by a smuggling ring. She said it herself. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. Anyway, let's return to the real topic at hand. Mr. Edgeworth, this trump card that we stuck onto the page of the case file, please use it wisely. Trump card? That photo that we stuck on there, try peeling it off. Behind it slumbers a piece of evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago. It's a mark of Yatagarasu, but why? This is a directives card from the big boss. Take a look at the back. This was something Kojin had on him at the time of the KG incident 10 years ago. That blood is from the victim of the incident, Miss CCU. But why is the card adorned with a mark of Yatagarasu? The reason why we called ourselves the Yatagarasu was because of the three-legged ribbon mark that the smuggling rings boss used. Apparently, orders from the boss would come on 3 cards without fail. The person who received the order was supposed to burn it immediately after reading it. And apparently, it burns a bright green flame when set ablaze. So you mean the cards were written in Babbly's ink? The fact that the card that Kojin was sent made it into Faraday's hand at all is nothing short of a miracle. We decided that whenever we stole anything, we would send a card along with it to the police. So that's what those white cards are. The great thief that used a mark that only those within the ring would know. It was our message to the ringleader that we were only a few steps behind. Oh my god, this is so intense! Evidence from KG8 card obtaining orders from boss. Okay. And one more thing, Detective Gumshoe. I'm entrusting this to you. What is this, sir? This is what I was talking about earlier. During the KG8 incident trial, Faraday had this in his possession. This important definitive piece of evidence. But I thought it was stolen. How do you have it? The person who stole it from us 10 years ago was a man by the name of Ernest Amano. And he had it locked and hidden away for all this time. But we forced him to tell us where it was finally, after the other day's kidnapping case. This video. What? Don't come any closer, I'm warning you! This is the same video as the one Mr. Portsman was trying to conceal from me. Yeah, it's not over yet. It's not over yet, it's far from over. Yeah, it would seem that even he was caught up in the ring's web. Amano was preparing to take on the boss someday, and the video was his insurance. That's where the prosecutor comes in. He was to retrieve the video. On top of that, he was apparently instructed to sneak into your office and steal the trump card. You saw it for yourself, right? The card that told him to preserve the evidence. Then the card was not the calling card of the Yatagarasu, but rather a directives card from the ringleader to Mr. Portsman. The two pieces together make for a strong weapon for whoever holds it. The evidence Mr. Portsman thought to withhold from me, and the one that you stole from my office last night, both pieces are illegal, and for me to use either one is, whether you use them or not, is up to you. But they'll be of help to you when you take on someone who is above the law. Is a boss one of those who cannot be brought to court that Mr. Faraday spoke of? Detective Bat, there's no limit to the law, for it is the people who determine the limit to them. You still insist that, even now, you really are something else. I leave the rest in your hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up the last remaining member of the Yatagarasu. Pops, don't ever lose your detective spirit. Yeah, Pops, why is this happening? This isn't justice. Like I always told you, do not get emotionally involved. Now let's go. Yes, sir. Oh my god, this is so intense. Oh my god, what the heck is this? Is this really the end of the legend? Okay, we'll continue this later. Oh my god, I almost cried, really. I got teary eyes. I really got a teary eyes for that. I mean, Detective Bad, he is a true gentleman, and he also, how do you call it? He is also a very, well, I'm not saying he's good, because being a Yatagarasu proves he's not that good. Well, but the law failed him. That is why. And I feel like... this is so intense! It's so intense. Pikong, thank you so much! Oh my god, you know what, Pikong? I really appreciate what you've done for us. Really. Including the direction video that you made for us. You took your time to edit the video, to record the videos for us, for everyone to be able to get to the musical, to our stage, quotation marks. And so you did everything. You also did. I also remember that you did the Fan Pante event for every fandoms of Polygon, and also it's been a lot that you've done for us, so thank you very much. I really love you that you've done so much for us, even though you didn't have to. You don't really have to do anything like that, but you also dedicated yourself to us Polygon girls, and I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pikong. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I hope to see your dedication again in the near future. I love it. The energy and everything. I love it. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you. And thank you everyone for staying too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We'll continue this later. I doubt it's going to be my last stream for this, but we'll see. Okay? We'll continue this later in the week. And please wait for me. I'm gonna finish this game. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's see who will be rating today. I wonder if I can rate. No, I love to do it on the computer. Okay. Who should we be rating? Oh my god, somebody is actually playing this too. Ace Attorney Investigation. Nene Jameer? She looks cool though. Okay. I'm gonna rate her. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for coming. Thank you so much everybody for coming, and I'll see you later, okay? Kiraryoku! Over and out. Ja!